As we've been chatting about on today's show, renovations can be costly, but there are ways to save money, and it's usually in the finishes. So Shai is here to share his tips to help you get the look you want at a price you can afford.
Yeah, absolutely, Trey. So I love that we're doing this segment because really, this is what Cityline does. We are bringing interior design to the masses. It used to be such a luxury, but nowadays with some smart choices, you can really, bring this to everybody in every budget point. So let's start off with flooring. Flooring is a big one. Engineered flooring, which is the most popular type of hardwood floor that people do, is a great product to put in homes. This is one of the more popular. Trace, you have the sample in front of you. So if you look at the Fusion flooring, that is the engineered flooring. You can see the profile of it, which shows a veneer, but a thicker veneer of the actual wood that you're using on the floor, and it's not full hardwood. So that's going to save you a little bit of money. We're talking about anywhere between $5 to $7 a square foot for engineered hardwood. And just to kind of give our viewers at home an idea, if we're looking at a 750 square foot, let's say condo, you're looking anywhere between $3,700 to $5,200 for the supply of the material by itself. Then of course you have to pay for the install, or if you're handy, you can do it on your own. But that's where we are for engineered hardwood. The next alternative would then be vinyl flooring. Now, I am so excited about vinyl flooring because you and I remember this. Growing up, we used to have that bad word in interior design, which was linoleum, and nobody ever wanted to talk about it. But vinyl has really moved into kind of this new life, this new world where the vinyl, the vinyl pieces look like real wood. So you have the sample in front of you, Trace. Run your hand across that. You can feel the texture in it. It looks real. It has the beautiful, graining in it, which is fantastic. And what I love about vinyl is this is one-stop shop. You can run this throughout your entire house. For vinyl, you're looking at anywhere between $2 to $5 a square foot. For that same 750 square foot condo, you're looking anywhere between $1,500 to $3,700.
See, those are the numbers I like to hear. And it actually, if you were standing on this barefoot, you would not be able to tell that it was not real wood. And I'm just thanking myself right now that I put on my press-on nails because now I can do the proper vinyl presentation. Gorgeous, Shai, and loving the prices. Let's move on to stone finishes. What have you got for us?
Yeah, so stone. Everybody, in interior design now talks about quartz. Quartz being kind of like the most popular stone that people are using for countertops and backsplashes. But here's the thing about quartz. Quartz is the actual material. A lot of people know brand names, like, kind of the gold standard, which is Caesar stone. But what a lot of people don't know is that you can buy a generic quartz, which looks almost exactly the same, if not exactly the same, as the very high-end brands, and you'd never know the difference. So, Trace, in front of you, you have two. You have A and B, two samples of stone. Both are quartz. One is a brand name, one is generic. I want to see if you can guess which one is which.
Okay, well, this is A, and it feels heavy, and it looks, like any good brand of stone, of quartz. Ooh, this one's even heavier, and this is B. Okay, so if I'm guessing for the generic brand, I'm actually going to go with A. Am I right?
You are right. Okay, so that's great, and well done. You really watch Cityline, don't you? You watch Home Days, don't you? So you know what you're talking about. So here's the thing: the weight. That's a really good point to make. There's so many different things that go into when we talk about generic versus brand names. Weight might be one of them. Where it's produced or where it's manufactured is the other. But to look at it, Trace, I mean, if you put those two pieces side by side, you would never know the difference. And when we talk about price points, for a brand name quartz, you're looking at about $2,300. Quartz is sold in slabs, so $2,300 per slab. Or a generic quartz, you're saving quite a bit. It's $1,475 a slab. Those two samples that you have there. So really great savings here.
Okay, I love that. I really like the comparison costs because consumers can decide what fits their budget, and that's important. So let's move on to kitchen cabinetry now.
Right, so kitchen cabinetry, now this is a big one. It could be kitchen cabinetry, it could be bathroom cabinetry, but really any types of custom millwork that you're doing. So millwork is sold by linear foot as opposed to square foot, and we're going to talk about three styles. The first is wood. So in front of you, Trace, you have the 3 different styles. You pick up the sample that you have of the wood, and you can see the painted finish. It's beautiful. What's great about painting is that you can really customize a color, but you can also customize the sheen or the finish in it. We're looking at anywhere between, per linear square foot, $1,200 to $1,500 a linear foot for painted cabinets. Okay. The next one, Trace. I want you to pick up the sample that you have there of acrylic. So acrylic is my new favorite material to use in kitchens and in bathrooms. And if you show the profile, Trace, you can see on your profile there is a thick veneer. It almost looks like a panel of acrylic on top of the color.
Yeah.
And what's great about this is you can paint the cabinets whatever color you want, you can do whatever detail you want, and the acrylic is then put on top of that. So you see it come through the clear acrylic, but you have the durability and the strength of that material. I'm not gonna say it's completely scratchless, but it would take you taking a butcher knife and actually going into it to really cause any sort of noticeable damage on acrylic. And I love that about this product, and that is about $1,000 a linear foot. And then finally, we have veneer. So if you look at the veneer sample that I sent to you, Trace, which is the wood sample, what I'm gonna ask you to do is just turn it to the side, to the profile, so the viewers at home can see it is pressed board behind the veneer. But when you look at that veneer front on, it looks like you're looking at a very expensive or exotic, could be exotic piece of wood. And what you're looking at in terms of price point here is anywhere between $400 to $500 a linear foot, depending on what the veneer is. Keep in mind, guys, the veneer is actual wood, that actual wood that has been harvested from wherever. So the more expensive or more exotic wood, veneers, are going to be a little bit more expensive.
Okay, very cool. Let's take a look at this client kitchen and tell us how much this size kitchen would cost if we did painted cabinets.
Right, exactly. So we just wanted to show kind of like a standard so people could get a visual. Looks very similar to the kitchen behind me. It could be because that is my old kitchen in my old condo. So, designs kind of move with me. In a painted cabinet kitchen, you're looking at this size, about $15,000 with acrylic cupboards, and that's what I had there. It was around $11,000, Trace. And then just to kind of get a really great understanding of how much you can save with a veneer, that kitchen in a veneer would be about $7,000. So you're almost looking at a 50% saving.
Amazing. Thank you, Shai. Always love when we learn new ways to save some dollars.